But the one thing I'll say is is that Chris Broussard, a lot of times, I mean, the only time we see this is if it's like NBA pregame or something like that, because he never really brings us anything that we need to know, like anything breaking. I mean, and again, while I'm not the biggest Stephen A. Smith fan, the one thing that Stephen A. will tell you straight up is that this person just texted me. Like the person himself, he'll be like, yeah, my source is telling me. He'll be like, Deandre Jordan. Well, hold on. Floyd Mayweather just texted me and said, so. And again, I'm not the biggest Stephen A. fan, but a lot of times I think that as journalists, people can get ahead of themselves, or you find themselves getting behind and then want to get ahead. And I think that's what we're seeing with a guy like Chris Broussard, who, for the second time in a week, like, dude, we've never, me and you have done this show for how long? How many years? Dude, Chris Broussard has never been a topic of discussion, right?
He's a weirdo, dude.
Here he is twice this week.
Well, except for the time when he said gay people shouldn't be able to get married. Yeah, well, he's that kind of weirdo.
Well, that too.
Yeah. Foolery.
Yeah,
this is Sports Kings Live. We're going to take a short break here. Don't forget, we're on Spreaker.com and the Spreaker app. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live, and our email address, sportskingslive@gmail.com. When we get back, I want to continue to talk about this and bring up the Chandler Parsons part of this drama, I guess you can call it. We'll be back.
If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearms storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
It just made me think of today.
Let's go! Yeah! Turn up! Turn up!
Speaking of car ain't got no roof, dude, Bomani Jones called LeBron's hairline I'm loving it. He's so ridiculous.
He called what, LeBron's hairline?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Like the McDonald's. It's so ridiculous.
I would call it McDowell's. I wouldn't even call it McDonald's. I would call it McDowell's.
You're an idiot, that's why. This is Sports Kings Live, back with you for the second half hour of the show. I am Big Mike alongside Rob Calloway. We're on Spreaker.com and the Spreaker app for you to download for your mobile device. You guys can also follow us. First, search Sports Kings Live, then follow us, and then join the conversation every Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Also, follow us on our social media entities, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr at Sports Kings Live. And our email address for all the people who love to email is sportskingslive@gmail.com. Been talking about this Deandre Jordan fiasco that's going on in the NBA over the last couple of days. And everyone seems to have an opinion, and everyone seems to think things need to change. And everyone wants to overreact to things. Let me tell you something. The same thing happened in the NFL this year. This very year. The same thing happened. Frank Gore said, you know what? I'm going to be an Eagle. Yeah, a day later, he said, I'm going to be a Colt. Did all this go on? Did people call Frank Gore a turncoat? No. You know why, too? Because people feel like the Eagles went and got them a better running back. See, the Dallas Mavericks kind of got caught with their hands out like, we won't have nobody to turn. Zaza. Let's do it. They turned to Zaza Pachulia, and he ain't no Deandre Jordan. So then what happens is the Mavericks fans hit Twitter, and then the people who shouldn't care, it's just like the LeBron thing. Like, all the Cavs fans got mad, and then everyone was like, you know what? I think we should be mad, too, even though we live in New Orleans, even though we live in New Jersey. Let's be mad. Why? Why are you mad? It doesn't affect your team not one damn bit. The team you root for.
You know what was funny, though? Is that all of a sudden everybody started going with the emojis. Like, you had everybody from the Clippers. They were, you had Blake Griffin. You had J.J. Redick, Chris Paul. They all, they weren't even tweeting words. They were just tweeting through emojis. So it was like the next day, Michael Jordan tweeted his emojis. It was like 6 championships. Then that led Kobe to get on Twitter, and Kobe tweeted his 5 trophies. Then it was like, what's my boy's name, Tyson Chandler, who they thought after Deandre pulled out, they were going to be able to, that the Mavericks might go back and try to convince Tyson Chandler to come back. You know, he tweeted a picture and emoji of a sun and the peace sign, like, I'm out of here. It was unbelievable.
And that brings up a good point. And then we're going to get to this Chandler Parsons thing in a minute. I think the one thing that people that people should probably take into consideration is the fact that maybe a new precedent is being set. You know what I mean? Kind of a college football or college recruiting type of precedent. Like, yeah, I've committed to Alabama, but Mark Richt is still coming to my house every other week. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the deal ain't done until the deal is done. Now, that may be the thing that everyone should be worrying about.
That's what you said the other day about Steve Ballmer. You were like, he's not one of these NBA dudes. He's a businessman. Like, you know, and if the deal ain't done,
it ain't done.
That means you still got time.
Right. Whereas before, it had been this kind of a gentleman's agreement that, okay, you know, we kind of just walk away. You won, you know, yo bitch chose me type situation. If we're talking about the Mac from the 70s, one of those type of situations. But now, you know, people might look at these things like, well, if we can get him back and if he's that important, why not try? Because what's happening with the Clippers what they're trying to say is that we didn't initiate. He reached out to Blake. Then Blake reached out to Doc, and then that's how the ball got rolling. See, they're trying to soften it because they know that it's a good chance that next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, yeah, they could be in the same situation with somebody. You know, somebody telling them that they're coming and then turn around and go back. So no one, Ballmer or the people who are around Ballmer telling him, like, look, we don't want to start this crap. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to start it. Mark Cuban sitting back saying, look, there's nothing else to say. He went back to the Clippers. We just got to find a way around this. Yeah, everyone's saying the right things because no one wants the Wild West to break out. They don't want that to go down. Where, like you say, dudes are like, okay, I'm gonna leave and I want to go play in Atlanta. But the next thing you know, the Memphis Grizzlies are sitting in your house all night on signing night, so you can't sign with Atlanta. No one wants that to start happening because then it starts getting ridiculous. Then. So, yeah, I think that's the thing, that if you start setting those type of precedents, look out, because there are no rules against it. You do what you want to until somebody signs. Yeah. But, again, I'm going to go back.
Like Dan Gilbert sell LeBron James at somebody's house. You think you really go sign with somebody else? LeBron sitting right there in your living room.
I'm glad you said that, because that brings up something else. That whole, like, yeah, just call Mark Cuban. You know what Mark Cuban is? Has anyone ever seen that show, The Shark? The Shark Tank? Yep. Yeah, this is what this dude does. You know what I mean? Like, you let Deandre Jordan pick up the phone and call Mark Cuban. He'd be a Maverick today. He would be a Maverick today. He know it. I can't talk to. It's like I can't look in his eyes. If I look in his eyes, he's gonna get me. Yeah, one of those things. Yep. He did right. I can't call him. Now that we're there, let's talk about his supposed homie, one Chandler Parsons. We know Chandler Parsons. He went from Houston to Dallas last year, ended up being hurt a little bit in the playoffs. Barely saw him. He tried to gut it out, be a tough guy and play, but you know they had to go ahead and shut him down because that knee wouldn't let him do nothing. And he again he put his Twitter muscles on and he wanted to call another grown man a coward. Yeah, I don't really know. Again. Don't slap me in my face. Don't open hand slap me. Don't kick me in my balls. The other thing don't do do this type of stuff when you not in my face, because you know
you were just my homie. If it was just my homie though.
If it was gonna go down, yeah, I wouldn't be that much of a coward. You'd be getting your ass whooped. But that's another story. So here's what Chandler Parsons had to say about his man, Deandre Jordan. He wasn't ready for being a franchise player. This is all quotes. He was scared. He was scared to take the next step in his career.
Is a franchise. He knows what that's all about, right?
There was no other reason other than he was comfortable and he has friendships there. Sounds like pretty good reasons to me, but whatever. How you make a business decision like that is beyond me. How you ignore an owner like Mark, who was in your hometown, just waiting for a chance to talk to you, is beyond me. I don't think he made a mistake. Then what are we talking about then? I think he'll be good in L.A. He's got a good team. He's got a great point guard, and he's got Blake. But I think, like, if this is the dude that's supposed to be selling him on leaving, he's doing a terrible job of it.
They're terrible at this point.
But I think
he's pointing out all the reasons for me to stay.
But I think he could have been a superstar in Dallas. He could have been the man in Dallas. Never in a million years did I think that this was even a possibility. That makes you an idiot then. I'll still be friends with him, but I can't get over the way that he put our entire franchise in jeopardy. It's normal to get cold feet. It's normal to get second thoughts, but you don't back out of a commitment of this much magnitude this late in the game and just leave us high and dry, end quote. Yeah, this is so like Talladega Nights-ish. You know, when Cal Naughton just takes over Ricky Bobby's family. He's like, yeah, Ricky, we want you at the wedding. We want you to come be my best man. He's like, I'm not coming to your guy's wedding. I'm not gonna be your best man. It's the same thing. Right. Like, yeah, we'll still be friends. Wait, what?
Then you look at the family pics, and they a Sharpie Ricky Bobby.
This is ridiculous. Like Chandler Parsons is he's delusional, and he's coming across as a jilted woman. I mean, this is what this sounds like to me. I don't know how. He's going back to a good team. He has a great point guard. He's got Blake Griffin. How the hell could you do that? You just told me how, douchebag. That's how.
Exactly. You know, I mean, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Like, seriously, right? Like, excuse me. If the Mavericks were like legitimate contenders, and Deandre Jordan had backed out, I would be questioning Deandre Jordan, right? What the hell is he doing, right? Because it's like if you were a true contender and they were gonna make you the focal point, hey, this might be the way you need to go. You know, and I'm not gonna call Deandre a coward because he chose the better team, because clearly the Clippers are the better team over the Mavericks with him. You know, with like, you know, it's just like. Easy math, if you ask me, right? Easy math. You know, he pointed out he has one of the best point guards in the world on his team. All right, in Dallas, who's going to be distributing that rock?
Oh, I know.
Now that we know,
Raymond Felton. Dude,
Darren Williams, Raymond Felton, J.J. Barrera.
I saw Raymond Felton's name today, and I was like, how the hell is Raymond Felton not in jail? Not that I want him to go to jail, but he got caught with guns in New York. That's automatic jail time, cuz. Like, somewhere Plaxico Burress is pissed.
But that's why they quickly got Raymond Felton out of New York. Yeah. Like, somebody helped him get out of New York.
It doesn't make a difference. Dude, if you get a DUI today in Atlanta and you move to Colorado, you know what you still got in Atlanta? A damn DUI. And then you're a public figure, so they know where to find you. Like, I need to read this. I'm probably going to do that this weekend at some point. Well, no, I'm not. It's my old lady's birthday weekend.
It's Raymond Felton, dude. No, this is Raymond Felton.
But I still want to know, how the hell is he not in jail?
Well, he didn't shoot himself.
But that's not what Plaxico Burress got hemmed up for.
Dude, I know.
Raymond Felton is like, whatever, dude. I'm just balling, getting contracts, no jail time for your kid. Yeah. Or maybe he just hadn't had a court date yet. I don't know. I'll read about it. I'll find out.
No, because, you know, if I'm not mistaken, Raymond Felton left New York, went to Denver, and then ended up in Dallas. So I'm more than sure. And that was I want to say that was either before Phil Jackson took over or right when he took over. I want to say it was before Phil took over that they got Raymond Felton out of New York.
Dude, I just want to know how he beat the case. That's all I want to know.
He's had more than enough time.
I just want to know how he beat the damn case. Because guns in New York is a big thing. Like, the whole sports world knows that. Yeah, good for that dude.
You go to jail.
Yeah.
You get jail time.
Good for that dude,
one gun, unregistered, you go to jail.
Yeah, good for that kid, man. Good for him. So, yeah, you know, the DeAndre Jordan thing, to me, the worst that's going to come from it, he's going to get booed when he goes to Dallas, but who gives a damn, really? I think at some point he talks to Mark Cuban, or his agent, who already has a relationship with Mark Cuban, has a conversation with Mark Cuban. But does he owe Mark Cuban? Nah. I mean, here's the thing. I'm the dude who has taken all his vacation time at one point from a job and just didn't come back. So maybe I'm not the right person to speak on the things that you owe. But I even say the employer, because Mark Cuban wasn't his employer at no time. But,
right.
You know.
Okay, really quick. Just and hold your thought. Here we go. Raymond Felton agreed to terms on a plea deal to avoid jail time following an arrest on the gun charge.